Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be doing something pretty different. As you may or may not know, my other passion besides Thomas/trains is music. Playing and listening to music is what keeps me going in life. On live streams, I have ranked the Thomas songs individually with tier lists, specifically the classic series songs. But this time, I will be listening to songs beyond the classic series, including Hit, CGI, and All Engines Go. A couple disclaimers. First, a lot of songs will appear frequently on albums, so I'll be focusing on new ones from that release. Secondly, I'll be getting the albums, release dates, and songs from Amazon Music, which is my primary streaming service. Finally, I will not be covering every single album, particularly the holiday ones and Thomas at the Movies, because that one's pretty much a soundtrack for the specials. With all that out of the way, let's start off with the 2001 release, Thomas's Songs and Roundhouse Rhythms. Now these first two albums are going to be the most classic sounding because they contain, well, not all, but the majority of songs from the classic series. These songs were composed by Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell, who truly perfect the sound quality for this show. This debut album is really, really good, and of course I'll explain why. First off, I really like how the album opens and closes with the Thomas intro theme. To me, that stimulates the feeling that you're watching a DVD or collection of episodes, and when you reach the end, the theme closes everything out, giving a satisfying ending. One thing I don't really get is the placement of Thomas's anthem. It's the second track on this album, but I think everyone can agree that this is a finale song and should have been placed near the end. It's Great to Be an Engine is a very cheerful song about the lie that an engine's life is great. There are also some character-oriented songs in here, including Toby, Sir Topham Hatt, and Harold the Helicopter, all of which are excellent, especially Toby. That one is just an absolute classic. Gone Fishing is the best track on this album and my personal favorite Thomas song of all time. It's so calm with lyrics about facing life head on with a tie into fishing. Kind of strange correlation there, but whatever. Accidents Will Happen is arguably the most overrated song for being in all those remakes, but besides that, it's not bad. I wouldn't call it the best song, but it's definitely up there. Overall, this is a very solid release, and anyone who's a fan of the classic series songs will definitely enjoy it.
You drop your line down to the river, waiting to see what you can find.
So Thomas's Train Yard Tracks is technically a part 2 or a disc 2 to Roundhouse Rhythms because it's just another collection of classic series songs that weren't on the first album. And in fact, there are a couple repeats on here. Well, the only repeats are Thomas's theme at the beginning and end and Thomas's anthem, but other than that, all the other tracks on here are new. Come for the Ride is on that same level of Accidents Will Happen, as it is a very upbeat and quick song, and it's just one of the best ones on there. Honestly, I prefer that one over Accidents Will Happen. Boo Boo Choo Choo is, in my opinion, the worst classic series song. Because one, I'm sure we've all been traumatized by that music video. The goddamn owl. And also, if it weren't for the music video, the song itself is just annoying and just dumb in general because the vocals are just, the vocal quality is just really, really bad and I can't listen to it. It gets very grating for me, and the chorus itself is also pretty childish too. It's just the worst song in my opinion. And then it doesn't make it really any better that Little Engines is the song after it, which I'm not really a huge fan too. People will say this is their top favorite, but I just don't see the appeal of it. The vocals are like too unbearable for me. Luckily, we get out of that and we go back into the really good stuff with Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover, another top favorite of mine. The one where Thomas is like all rude to Terrence and is like, oh, you can't do that, and Terrence is like, man, fuck you, bitch, I can go anywhere. Classic. And then before Thomas's theme to close the album, we have the gorgeous and stunningly underrated Night Train. Oh my gosh, I love the sound and just the overall atmospheric tone of this track. It's very, very, very cool. And it's just, I feel like it's underrated, but people may agree to disagree. And yeah, Thomas's Train Yard Tracks is not as great, or not like up on the same level as the first album, but it's still really good. Alright, to all the classic series songs stands, say that 5 times fast. You might as well just leave now because we're out of the classic series stuff and now we're on to the hit era and CGI stuff. All Star Tracks is the first album to contain both hit era songs and CGI era songs, particularly Miller era stuff, into one album. And even though those are not really great eras in terms of episodes, the songs on this album are also really, really great. The album opens with Go Go Thomas, which I just love it. I mean, I have a bias for Hero of the Rails, but like after watching that movie and then hearing Go Go Thomas as a kid, it was just really, really great. I love this song. And then the roll call is there, which is, I guess, like Thomas's Anthem being the second track on the classic series albums, it's the second track on this one. But yeah, we all know that roll call is at the end of episodes, so should move it to the end. Roll Along is one that I haven't really listened to, and then when I came back to listen to it for this video, it became one of my favorite CGI era songs just because of like how pumped it is, and like I just really like the music. Ode to Gordon is also on here, and it's a character song in here, but it's a really, really good one. Misty Island Rescue is also on here, which I'm kind of on the unironic, sort of ironic, because it's not terrible, but it's not a great song either. But like, I feel like people give it too much hate because like, if you want to see this as like the goofy, like so bad that it's good song, then that's my standpoint, but everyone just like despises this song just because of how goofy it is, but like I like it because of that. Every Day's a Special Day is one of the many calming songs of the hit era, and I really like it for that, the calming factor. And then this album closes in one of the greatest ways possible, even better in my opinion than to the Thomas theme, with Day of the Diesels. Now I know the special is second worst, the worst obviously being Misty Island Rescue, but the song, oh my god, it's just with its rocking, it's energetic, the engines just go and they're heading for the steamworks, like they're just going. You gotta put it and go. That's how good this song is. This song is the definition of putting it and go. People may think I'm joking, but I'm not. I actually really, really like the Day of the Diesel song. And I feel like it was an appropriate end for this album. And overall, All Star Tracks, it's good. I recommend it. It's a really good album.
He could have bashed into some buffers or dropped down into a mine.
So remember how I said that I wasn't going to talk about Thomas of the Movies because it's a soundtrack album? Well, that's true, but that album has mostly instrumentals from a bunch of different specials on here. And yeah, it's mostly just like instrumentals, and obviously it's really, really good, but they're not like actual like songs. But on the Big World Big Adventures soundtrack, these are actually songs with like full lyrics and stuff. But either way, I can't get behind it. This is not a good album. The songs in general in Big World Big Adventures, besides one of them, Sometimes You Make a Friend, which is genuinely really, really good. But other than that, all the other songs on here are just annoying and just goofy as all heck. Where in the World is Thomas especially, like, oh my god, that one is just so freaking annoying, especially with the dumb little character interactions in the middle of it. Like, it's not funny, it's just annoying on top of an already like annoying song. Like, I don't get why people would choose this one. Free and Easy is tolerable at best. People say that they really like this song, but I don't get it. Like, the vocals on here are just ear grating and annoying as well. Especially that little like moment in the chorus where the singer just goes like easy, like lemon squeeze. That was one of the lyrics, I think, after Ace says free and easy, and I just can't get behind it. That ruins the song for me. It's not good. Sometimes You Make a Friend is pretty. It's the best track on here, but other than that, Big World Big Adventures, the soundtrack, is not a good album.
I'm sorry, so sorry, and I don't know what to do with you so far away. I'm sorry, so sorry, and
It's Thomas. You're the leader.
So Meet the Steam Team is what I think a slight comeback to form, especially with the hit era and CGI thing that they did with All-Star tracks. But for this one, these are mostly filled, or this album is mostly filled with the more obscure hit era songs that no one really talks about. Like, I don't really have heard anyone ever talk about Party Time, and even then, it's not a good song. Like, I've never heard anyone talk about Party Time, and probably for good, though. But other than that, I can definitely say that Meet the Steam Team is a slight improvement over Big World Big Adventures. For one thing, how this album opens is a really, really good opener, which is Thomas, You're the Leader. Man, this is like a great opener because everyone knows that this song, after you watch The Great Discovery, it's just like a great send-off to the model era, and particularly that movie too, because it's just a bop. It's really bopping. This is the version, not the one that they used in the Miller era. This one includes like all the different like character verses, which is why it has the title Roll Call Rap on the album itself, which means it includes the verses about Stanley, the narrow gauge engines, and like just all the other characters in general. And honestly, I feel like that was a good choice on the people there to include the extended version, because still, this is a really, really good song. Not better than Go Go Thomas in my opinion, but still, Thomas, You're the Leader is a really good song. But then after that, you mostly get into okay to like obscure and not very good hit era stuff. But Thomas, You're the Leader is not the only song from The Great Discovery on here. This is the album that has The Great Discovery songs in there. Like, there's Jobs of Plenty, Racing to the Wharf, especially Racing to the Wharf. That one's another good bop. You also got songs on here like Ode to Gordon, that's a repeat on here. And you also have You Can Only Be You from the Great Race, which is good. It's good, but like not really one that I would listen to repeatedly, but it's not terrible. But yeah, other than that, these are mostly just more obscure songs from the hit era, which I don't really have much opinion on, but aside from the songs that are from All-Star tracks. One thing that I didn't realize is All You Need Are Friends. I haven't listened to that one in a while, but now it's one of my favorite like post-classic series songs. But the way the album ends with Buffer Up and Share, I thought back then as a kid, I thought I really liked this song, but then after listening to it again today, no. No. The chorus, mostly, with the backing vocals, like the buffer up and share, and then the singers that go, we can do it, is just, it's on the same level as the free and easy lyrics. But yeah, it just gets to me. I don't like it. But yeah, overall, Meet the Steam Team is alright at best, but it's not very good either. It's not as good as All-Star tracks. So we'll just meet it at the middle.
All you need a friend, good friend, to see you on your way. It can be rough, but I know we'll make it through.
How did we get to this point? What is this? How did we get here? Steam, Rattle, and Roll Thomas. Probably the most unnecessary, unworthy, and just overall annoying album pre All Engines Go. This album, if I'm correct, it's supposed to simulate if Thomas hosted a concert. Why? I'll never know. But even if he did host this concert, it would only be a total of 3 minutes. Because, yeah, there are a lot of songs on here. There are like, besides the instrumentals, there are 7 songs on here, but each one is only like, on average, 35 seconds. They're just little interludes. They're not full songs. What's the point? And overall, besides the length, the songs in general are just stupid, annoying, and goofy, both lyrically and musically. Joseph May, I don't know if John Hassler does it for UK listeners and like non-American viewers on this album, but Joseph May on this album as the lead singer, oh my god. Why did they make him do this? He's obviously supposed to make Thomas all energetic and be like, hey, you should stomp your feet, wave your arms, all that shit. But like, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. The only tolerable track on here is Rock and Roll Call, which is all it is just a rock remix of the Roll Call. And it's only like 51 seconds. So obviously there's no lyrics here. It's just the melody for a short duration of time. And it's pretty good. But like, other than that, it doesn't need to be on this album, and this album doesn't need to exist. Everything before that is just supposed to simulate Thomas hosting a concert for like 3 minutes. The worst track on here is Burning Up the Tracks, which is just this like goofy thing. Dance With Me is pretty much just if the audio engineer messed around with Joseph May's vocals, just like warping it and adding like reverb or whatever, just literally messing with the audio. That's literally the whole song on top of a dumb, not even like groovy thing. It's literally just audio effects, the song. I don't even know what to say. This album, I don't recommend it.
This is the hottest place in town. We'll warm you up when you're feeling down.
Okay, now that we're out of that, we're back to somewhat classics. Sodor Summertime is probably the most hybrid when it comes to all the eras in this franchise. You got a couple stuff from the classic series, a couple stuff from the hit era, and a good amount of CGI stuff. What sucks about this album is that this is the first time on a record that we're going to be hearing, in my opinion, one of the greatest classic series songs ever. The Island song. This song is just so beautiful. It encapsulates everything about Thomas and just how magical it really is. It's just so beautiful. But like, why is this the third track on here? Just let it end. Let it give a satisfying ending for this. And then right after that, we get one of the worst songs that I've ever heard, Hey Hey Thomas. The vocals on here, literally, in my opinion, they sound like a character from The Annoying Orange. I don't remember exactly who, but literally the vocals sound like one of the Annoying Orange characters. I don't remember. And musically, at the beginning, there's these dumb like little like frog noises at the beginning. I don't know. This song is so bad. This is also the album that contains the songs from Journey Beyond Sodor, which everyone thinks is now a good special. I don't see why, but apparently Journey Beyond Sodor got good ratings years later. I can understand that because one of the songs on this album is actually a really, really good banger, which is The Hottest Place in Town. I really like this song. This is one that I could listen to if I put it in a playlist. It's really a banger. There's also Who's Thomas, which, I mean, it's got its dumb lyrics, and I could just imagine the special where this song would be playing and just cringing along with it, but like, it's not terrible either. But yeah, I would definitely say Hottest Place in Town is better. There's also Misty Island Rescue that makes a comeback on this one because you know that this is really a banger. And there's also We Can't Do Anything, which is near the end, which I don't get why it's near the end. Why don't you just cramp all the Journey Beyond Sodor songs with each other? Because Who's Thomas and Hottest Place in Town are next to each other, and We Can't Do Anything is just away. I don't get it either. But I also really like the closing to this album, which is It's Gonna Be a Great Day. That's a nice track. I really like it. Mostly I got it from that one video that's been privated because of how offensive it is. But after listening to the actual song, it's nice, it's joyous. But yeah, overall, Sodor Summertime, with the classic song, with the Island song obviously, and some of the Journey Beyond Sodor songs, it's definitely better than Steam, Rattle, and Roll Thomas, but still, it has a lot of those like goofy and just overall bad songs from, I'm guessing, the CGI era. But yeah, I would recommend the good songs from this album.
Special day, it's getting better and better. Now everybody say hey, hey, it's gonna be a great day.
Here comes Thomas! I'm the number one engine. Whoa! All engines go! Look, there's Percy. We're best friends. Ascona zooms around the bend. I lead by speed and I'm ready to glow. All engines go! Hey, there's Mia. I'm rocking out. Don't forget me, Thomas. And Diesel gets a shout. Hey! Beat our fix-it crew, Carly and Sandy. You can count on us. We're super handy.
So this is it. We've actually gotten to this point. I'm not going through every individual album because I've listened to a selection from each album. They're all bad. They're all bad. The All Engines Go albums, shockingly, are bad. For one thing, they're all literally the same song. Like, just imagine an acoustic guitar, a somewhat upbeat, good for toddlers beat, just dumb, only kids will understand lyrics, nothing deep, and just overall nothing in general. I also like how on all the albums, well, particularly the first two, they used 2 tracks. Well, particularly on the first one, they took up 2 tracks which don't even have any music. All it is Thomas's voice actor talking about how, one, this is the latest album. That's literally what it's called. This is my latest album. Literally just giving an announcement saying how if you like chasing rainbows and all that freaking shit, get ready, cause we're gonna be doing it. Yay. That's literally track 2. And then, thanks for listening, Locamigos. A 5-second of literally 5 seconds of Thomas's voice actor saying, "Thanks for listening," and then sound effects fading out. That's its own track for 5 seconds. What is this? The theme song is the first track on the first All Engines Go album. It's just as annoying as I remembered. I just can't listen to prepubescent voices supposedly voicing my childhood. It's bad. And that's not even like the worst of it, because if you go to the second album called Music is Everywhere, Songs from Season 25, the title track, Music is Everywhere. That's another thing I forgot to mention. When you're making an All Engines Go song, you need childish lyrics with no deep meaning whatsoever. Acoustic guitar, always upbeat, not really sad. Well, there are a couple like emotional songs on here, but like they're not like, they have no overall meaning. But yeah, dumb lyrics, acoustic guitar, upbeat, and they have to be based on, I wouldn't really call it nursery rhyme, but like those songs like row 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 your boat, like Wheels on the Bus, like those kinds of songs. You basically take those and just add train terminology on top of it. And there you go. Because literally, Music is Everywhere is just...
The trains on the meadow go brum, 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 brum.
It's literally Wheels on the Bus.
Brum, brum, brum. Music is everywhere. Hooks against mailboxes, bong, 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 bong. Bong, 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 bong. Hooks against mailboxes,
I don't know what else to say.
music is everywhere.
I also do want to mention that there's a song on the same album, Music is Everywhere. There's a song called Feet, Tailbone, Ribs, and Claws.
Feet, tailbone, ribs, and claws, head and jaws.
Obviously, it's supposed to be head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Feet,
But
tailbone, ribs, and claws.
what?
Head and jaws. Feet,
Why is Thomas and Friends
ribs, and
singing
claws.
about
Head and jaws.
feet, tailbone,
Feet,
ribs, and
tailbone,
claws?
ribs, and claws. Head and jaws.
It's bad. Case closed.
The bell in my cab goes ding, 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 ding. It brings me luck in everything. Music is everywhere.
So yeah, those are the Thomas albums that I will be reviewing. Obviously, I haven't gone through all of them because there are also those CGI holiday ones and Thomas at the Movies, which I've already explained earlier. But yeah, obviously the earlier classic stuff is the go-to stuff when it comes to listening to Thomas and Friends music. And just the hit era and CGI songs are also great. Not all of them, obviously, but they're also great and worth listening to. But yeah, after the CGI stuff, oh my god, just don't. You're good there, but obviously I don't need to tell you that because you already knew that. Some of you. And yeah, so what do you guys think of this format? Obviously, I'm exhausted after listening to all that garbage. And if you want me to do something like this again, then leave it in the comments below. And after my little chat here, I will display the rankings from best to worst. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.